I have been very fortunate in life in that there have been several occasions when I have been completely and totally happy. A kind of all-permeating happiness. And I'm not just talking about a few minutes or a few hours at a time. I'm talking about days, weeks, and even up to about 2 months at a time. And over the years, I've thought about how that was produced, how that was created. And several years ago, the model I came up with to explain it was one of there being several distinct forms of happiness that I had managed to achieve at the same time. And so when you achieve them all together, you're just overjoyed. And that's what I'd like to explain today. There are 3 forms of happiness that are of interest. I mean, there's more than 3 in total, but there's 3 that are of interest to this particular model. The first is what I simply call joy, or the happiness of the now. It's that you're doing something, some kind of activity, and it's something you enjoy doing, you like it, so you are happy to be doing it. This is the happiness of the now. While you're doing that activity, you are happy. It's the easiest kind of happiness to achieve, but it's also the most fleeting, because as soon as you stop that activity, that happiness ceases. Well, maybe after a few minutes or a few hours. So it's the easiest to achieve, but it's the most fleeting. The second form of happiness is anticipation. There are things in your future that you are looking forward to, events and so on, that are coming up that you're looking forward to. And while those are in your future, you are excited about them. You are happy that they are coming up. This is the happiness of the future. It's slightly harder to achieve than the happiness of the now, because you have to put things in your future. You have to plan to do things. You have to book things that you're going to enjoy so that then they're coming up. But it's longer lasting because it lasts for as long as you are looking forward to that thing. If you've got something that's maybe 3 months away that you're looking forward to, it's going to last for 3 months. The third form of happiness that's of interest here is contentedness, which is essentially the happiness of the past. There's things that you have done in life that you are glad to have done and that you can look back on and that you are very pleased to have done in your life. This is the hardest form of happiness to achieve because you have to do things, things that maybe take quite a long time and a lot of effort to do, so that then you have that thing to look back on. It's the hardest to achieve, but it's the longest lasting, because once you've done those things, you've done them forever, and you will be glad to have done them for the rest of your life. There's many things in my life where I did them years ago, and I'm glad still to have done them. I look back on them still, glad to have done them. So if you can achieve all 3 of these forms of happiness at the same time, it's fantastic. It's, as I say, a kind of all-permeating happiness. At various times in the past, I've managed to achieve this where just for weeks and weeks on end, I'm thrilled to be doing what I'm doing. There's things that I'm looking forward to, and there's things that I've done that I'm very glad to have done, some recent, some more distant. And it's fantastic. When you can achieve that state, it's fantastic. But it requires a lot of discipline. You have to get past that first stage of just doing things that you enjoy. And of course, contentedness probably is the most important of the 3 because it is the longest lasting. And there's a certain quality to contentedness that is difficult to find in the other 2. But that's how I did it, on every time that it happened. Of course, there are more than those 3 forms of happiness, and it gets more complex than that, but that's what has allowed me to, for certain periods of time, be very, very happy. That's all I've got for you today. But what do you think? Is this something that you have applied? to your own life? Is it something that you could apply or would apply? Is there one of these forms of happiness that you find particularly difficult? I would probably bet that for most people, actually, contentedness is the really difficult one. But who knows? That's all I have for you today.